The Irish Psychic Show, for all your psychic needs, live on Internet Radio. For your chance to get a reading with Irish Psychic, simply Skype Tarot Free or call the studio 0144 34 357. International add +353. This show is packed full of psychic readings and advice, so make sure you join the fan page. Details can be found via irishpsychic.net.
Hello, you're all very welcome to the Irish Psychic Show for April the 5th, 2013. I'm live, it's now 11 p.m. and I do hope that you're all tuning in and you're all hoping to get a reading on tonight's show. If you would like to get a reading on tonight's show, it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is simply have commented there with your question via the event page on Facebook. And if you've never joined my fan page via Facebook, please do so. There's over 12,000 fans on that page, and all you need to do is simply go to Facebook, search for Irish Psychic, and join the one there with over 12,000 fans. The other way of getting in touch with the show tonight is to simply go to irishpsychic.net, and you will see there, if you click on the radio tab, you can comment there with your question as well. And please do include your location. It's just always nice to know where all the listeners are coming from on tonight's show. And don't forget, I'm here until 12 midnight, so there is plenty of opportunities to get a reading on tonight's show. And I will also be taking some voice messages as well. And if you have not got a piece of paper out already, please do so. I will be giving the number to call. And all you need to do is simply dial the studio, leave your name, leave your location, followed by your question as well, and you never know, you may hear your voice message played on tonight's show. All the readings on tonight's show are completely free of charge, and if you would like a private reading, maybe you have a question that you don't really want to ask here on the radio show, but if you have a question and you would like it to be answered privately, that can be done as well. And I'm available until 2 a.m. tonight, and the next slot for readings then is on Monday, and I read from 6 p.m. Irish time right through until 2 a.m. And a lot of people actually prefer the private readings because mainly they can ask whatever question that they want, and it's a longer reading. I do apologise, on tonight's show I can only go into so much detail on the show because there is a lot of questions that have been sent in, and I do try and give everyone an opportunity to get a reading. So maybe if this is your first time tuning in and you've never had a reading with me, I would love to read for new people because it's always great to have the regular listeners as well, but it's always good to have the new listeners as well. And maybe this is your first time even getting a tarot reading. I'm not too sure if some people are afraid of it. There's nothing to be afraid of it. I'm not going to predict deaths or anything like that. That's not something that I do, and it's nothing to be scared of. It's all about growth. It's all about how to help you change your life for the better. So I do hope that you do send in your questions for the show. Okay, coming up now, this is Driving, and it's by Blemish. Do join me after this.
Driving in the country, driving alone, it feels so good. I'm going home. Looking in the mirror, left and right, I drive down the hood, see the sunlight. I haven't got a care in this world, the wind's in my hair, it's an open road. With fire in my heart and the music loud, inspiring me to sing to the clouds. You say that I don't mind, all good things come to an end. Driving through the leaves are dancing away, passing all the signs. Which way? Losing track of time, but not my mind. A feel-good factor off the scale. Yeah. It doesn't matter which way I go, I follow this sun and this holy road. Another good time, I'll be with you. Another day, another view. You say that I don't mind. All good things come to an end. You take it while you can. Remember the fun you had. Driving alone. Driving alone, yeah. You say that I don't mind. All good things come to an end. You take it while you can. Remember the fun you had. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Driving alone, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call the Irish Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57. And international, just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone, and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. The lines are open. If you would like to leave me a voice message for the show, please do call the number as stated there on the message. Okay, so it's time for the first reading of the night, and if you've just joined me, you're very welcome to the show. I'm here until 12 midnight, so hopefully we'll have some great readings, and I'm hoping to read for some new people as well here on the show. Okay, so the first person I'd like to start off with, there is a question in here from Trish Phillips. Everything has gone wrong lately. I'm sick with worry. Are things going to improve for me? Hopefully soon. Trish in Longford. No problem at all, Trish, and I do hope you're listening into the show. So I'm just shuffling the cards now. When they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards. Actually, which was just now. So I'm just looking at the cards now. And this is for Trish Phillips in Longford. Okay, I can see just from the cards here, Trish. It's kind of... It has been one of those things where it's been up and down because you have the Four of Swords there in the upright position. The Four of Swords is always about sadness from the past. And we also have the Four of Wands in the reverse position. Again, the main card that's kind of standing out here is the Six of Cups. Now, that's in the reverse position. And when the Six of Cups is in the reverse position, it's always to do with regard kind of relationship. And, you know, when this particular card comes up and it's in the reverse position, sometimes you have to ask yourself, you know, how can I change, you know, the outcome? How can I change what's going on in my life at the moment? How can things get better? There's always different ways, you know, for you to make things, you know, better. But if it's not going to be reciprocated by your partner, well, then you have to kind of think to yourself, right, is it worth all my energy? Why should I be putting in all the you know, the positive energy to this? Because you do need to have your partner on your side as well. Now, I would love to go into more details, but unfortunately I can't. I'm here only until 12 and I'm limited for time. But if you'd like to purchase a private reading, Trish, private readings start from €3. So if you'd like to check my website, it's irishpsychic.net. But thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show tonight. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for. And I'm first taking all the questions, well, as many as I can, via the event page. So if you've sent in a question via the event page, hopefully I will be answering your question on the show. Okay, Peter Pomeroy, just wondering if we will be living back in Dundalk sometime this year. Okay, no problem at all, Peter, so I'm just shuffling the cards. So you're just wondering there with regards a move. Okay, they just told me to stop. I'm just looking at the cards now. Right, it's quite interesting here. The answer is yes, 100% yes, because you have the Seven of Cups here, Peter. And the Seven of Cups in the upright position is always about movement. But what they're indicating here is the work situation, because you have the Two of Cups in the reverse position. And the Two of Cups in the reverse position, I'm not too sure what it is that you do regarding work, but they're kind of saying here there may not be anything there when you do move back. It's like if it's one of those decisions and you have to kind of think to yourself, is it worth going back? And from the cards, they're kind of saying the answer is yes, because you have the Tower card here. And the Tower card is one of the major cards. And again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance placed on these particular cards. When this particular card comes up, it's always about the need to kind of start again. Now, although people have moved forward and people have kind of gone on to different places, because I'm picking up here the Friendship card. You have the Eight of Cups there in the reverse position. And you may be kind of dreading it. You may be thinking, oh, will I be able to move back? Will everything, be the same as the way it was? I feel that the answer is yes. I feel that you just need to kind of have that confidence and kind of break away from it is where you are at the moment. But having the move card here, the Seven of Cups, you can be nearly guaranteed that the answer is yes to that particular question. So thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well. Hello there also to Sonia Trainer, Denise McGuinness, and also Mary Nevin as well for joining me here on the show as well. And if you would like to play a request here on the Irish Psychic Show, you're very welcome to do so as well. All you need to do is just type request, followed by the request, and of course I'll read out anything that you'd like me to mention. Maybe it's someone's birthday out there and you'd like them to, their name to be mentioned. By all means, just get in touch with me, please, and I will do that for you. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for, before I take a break, and if you just joined me on the Irish Psychic Show, it is now 11 minutes past 11 here in Ireland, and I'm here, like I've mentioned, until 12 midnight. Okay, there's loads of questions. The next person is Tiny Tan. Does anyone I lost on to the spirit world have any info for me? Thanks, Dublin. Okay, Tiny Tan. I'm not going to do a spirit mediumship reading on air, mainly because they take too long. But what I will do is I will actually just shuffle the cards and I'll just see what spirit have to say as well, because they'll always kind of advise on what's around you, on any kind of message that they'd like to pass on. Don't forget, if you'd like to get a reading on the show, you can also call the studio, and you're not going to be speaking to me, you're just going to be leaving a voice message. And the number to call, if you're from Ireland, just take out that pen and piece of paper. I'm going to call it out slowly. So the number to call is 014 43 43 57. If you're outside of Ireland, the number to call is 00353 14 43 43 57. And it's not a premium rate number. It'll take you 30 seconds. You have a 90% better chance getting one of those readings here on the show. So please do call the studio during the next ad break. Leave your message there on the voice message for the studio, and hopefully I will be playing that voice message on the show. Okay, so you're just asking there with regards a question there, Tiny Tan. So what they're after showing here with regards to the cards, we have the Death card in the reverse position, we have the Three of Cups in the upright position, and we also have the Five of Scepters in the upright position, and also the Sage card. The Sage card again is one of the major cards. Now because the Sage card is in the reverse position, Tiny Tan, it's like if you're kind of questioning an awful lot at the moment. And a lot of people, when a lot of things have happened in the past, we kind of tend to put a lot of pressure on ourselves because we're always wanting that message to come through. And personally speaking, from my side of view with regards what I do with regards being a psychic, not all the time do spirit want to communicate with us, but trust me, they will at some point. And a lot of people may ask me, can I get a message from spirit? I can't make them talk unless they want to talk. It's pointless. But they have talked to me, and I've often, been in a reading and the person hasn't even asked for a spirit, reading, and they've come through really, really strongly, and they've given me a message. So straight away I have to pass on the message. Now what I am actually picking up just now, Tiny Tan, and it's again, I can't really do health related questions, but if I do pick up anything during a reading, I have to pass it on. But I do have to stress that you will need to go and see a doctor if you are suffering from anything. But my left hand side around my chest area, very, very sore. I'm not too sure if you're suffering from pains there. If you are, please do go and see your doctor and get it checked. With the Five of Scepters here in the upright position, it's always about luck. You're kind of one of these people that, although something may have gone wrong in the past or something may be going wrong at the moment, you will be that person that can create that look for yourself and always look at the bright side of life rather than think everything is going in the wrong direction. It's not. It's just a matter of focusing on the positives. So I do hope that that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show as well. Time for a quick break. Do join me after this.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs. Call the Irish Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57, and international just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now. Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57. And international, just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone, and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now.
Leave this place and let's go. See the brightest stars, the biggest lights and the coolest cars. Can't bump to the top speed, can you feel it? Just what I need. Oh yeah, we'll fly the ship across the sky. Oh, oh, oh yeah, and catch the beauty through our eyes. Oh, 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 I'm loving it today. Why can't it always be this way? Take me away to paradise I'm looking for. Take me away to purity I'm wanting more. Sensations run through my neck. The feelings when they feel it, but it fit what's it. We'll gaze, watch the world go by. We're sitting by the edge, watch your angels fly. I'm falling into wilderness. My mind keeps rolling in the own to bless. It's heaven, a little summer like this. Nature's sunshine and golden fish. Oh yeah, we'll fly the ship across the sky. Oh, oh, oh yeah, and catch the beauty through our eyes. Oh, 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 I'm loving it today. Why can't it always be this way? Take me away to paradise I'm looking for. Take me away to purity I'm wanting more. Take me away. Take me away to. Take me away. Take me away. Golden sands in your hands, swim far. Way out in the deep. Go far in your car. Let's go. Whoa, go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All go. We'll all go. Let's go. Take me away to paradise I'm looking for. Take me away to purity I'm wanting more. A place we wanna be, a place we wanna go. The paradise is out there, nobody really knows. A place we wanna be, a place we wanna go. The paradise is out there, so take me to paradise.
Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're all very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. It is now 24 minutes past 11 here in Ireland. I'm live, as you can hear, and if you have never rang in to the Irish Psychic Show, please do so. The lines are now open, and I'm not going to be taking you on air, so you don't have to worry. If you make a mistake, don't panic. Just hang up and ring again, and you'll be basically speaking to an answering machine message here in studio, and it's pretty straightforward. All you need to do is just dial the number. It's 01 for 43 43 57, and if you're outside of Ireland, the number to call is 00353 for 43 43 57. But if you've missed any of those numbers, all the details can be found via irishpsychic.net. Hello there to all the people in the chat room, Brian Moore and Graham and Louise Wardrobe as well. They're speaking about tea, and during that quick ad break, I just saw that Anne was going off to make a cup of tea, and I was thinking, right, it's very, very cold here in the studio, and I thought the heating was on here in the studio, but it's not, so that's why I'm actually freezing. So at the moment I have a scarf around me, and it was one of those kind of things, you know, when you think the heating is on, but then you realise it's actually not, so that's why I'm kind of turning into an icicle here at the moment. So if you do hear kind of a quiver in my voice, it's not because I'm nervous, it's because I'm it's because I'm freezing here in studio, so do feel sorry for me. Okay, so it's time for another reading. And if you're wondering where I'm getting these readings from, it's either from the event page via Facebook, which is my fan site, and also via irishpsychic.net. And all you need to do is simply click on the radio show there, and that's where people send in their question as well. Okay, so I'm just going over to irishpsychic.net, and we have a lovely question in here from Susan in Canada. And Susan has just asked, would love to know if any changes that will come to me and my family anytime soon. Okay, no problem at all, Susan. And I'm not too sure what time it is over there at the moment, but you can catch the podcast. This show is podcasted right after the show, so you can listen to this show anytime you want. You can subscribe to it as well. You can download it via iTunes. It's available via YouTube as well, so if you've never checked out the YouTube channel, just type in Irish Psychic Television or Irish Psychic TV, and you'll see there it's uploaded there as well. Okay, they just want me to stop, Susan, and I am kind of wondering who's going to be my first caller of the night. So if you have not yet left a voice message, please ask yourself, would you like a free reading on the show? If the answer is yes, well, it's not going to cost you any more than 45 to 50 cents, depending on where you're calling from. That's if you're calling from Ireland. And if you're calling from outside of Ireland, it should only cost you, I presume, only around 50p, 60p, whatever it is, depending on how long the voice message is. Okay, so in relation to the question there, Susan, you were just asking, they would love to know if there's any changes that will come to me and my family anytime soon, and you're over there in Canada. It's quite interesting because the card that's after coming up, it's after coming up twice here. And it's actually the moving card here, Susan. And you also have the balance card, or the scales card. And the scales card is otherwise known as a major card, which just means that there's a higher importance based on these particular cards. And you also have the 9 of cups there as well in the reverse position. It's like if I see a move is on the cards for you, but I feel that your partner is not willing to move or not ready yet to make that decision. And obviously, if it's a joint decision and your family, it has to be done as a family. You can't just kind of, just want it on your own. It has to be mutual between you all. They're kind of indicating here that over the next 8 months, it's going to be before anything changes in relation to that. So don't kind of put too much pressure. Kind of see it from, their point of view as well. Maybe it could, it could be well to do with regards to job. I'm not too sure, or, changing job, and maybe that's why the move is coming up. But it is kind of one of those things that you're not to fear, because you have the death card here in the reverse position. And when the death card comes up in the reverse position, it's like if you're kind of fearing this before it even happens. And you need to ask yourself, no, I'm not going to fear it. I'm just going to focus on, the positives of this move. So I do hope that makes sense. And thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well, Susan. Another question in here from Marion from Wexford. Do you have any messages for me from the spirit world? Thank you. I don't actually do the mediumship readings on air. If you'd like to purchase a private reading with me, of course you can, Marion. Just go to irishpsychic.net, click on the purchase reading tab, and there you'll see the different options available. And there's loads of different options as well when you go through on my page. Just on a mobile, it's going to be completely different, because a lot of people wonder where the mini reading is. But if you press purchase reading, it's just going to bring you to the one page, via mobile phone, and that's just basically to purchase a 15 card reading. But if you're on a laptop or a computer, if you put your mouse over the purchase reading tab, loads of different options come up. You have the 15 card audio reading, you have the 12-month audio reading, you have the numerology reading, you have an iTunes gift card payment. Now that's a really That's only for Irish customers. If you don't have PayPal, if you don't have a Visa debit card or anything like that, that's the option for you. Just walk into any store, Heaton's, Tesco, any of those big stores, or even a music shop. Purchase an iTunes gift card. So purchase a €15 gift card for iTunes. Then just click that. Send me the code via my website, and it's only for Irish customers. Don't purchase it if you're from the UK or if you're in another European country. It's not going to work. It should work, but it doesn't. That's the way iTunes is. It's very, very annoying. You would think that the way iTunes would work is, if someone purchases an iTunes voucher over in England, I can redeem it here to the currency value, but they don't do it like that at all. It has to be from Ireland, so that's why it's only for the Irish customers. So do purchase that. There's also dream interpretation as well. If you've never had a dream interpretation, it's fantastic. Just make sure that you fill out the details of what the dream is and what's actually happening, within the dream, and then I ask Spirit to connect with your energies, and it goes through, with regards to reading there. I also have the Skype readings and the MSN readings, and also an Aura reading as well, and obviously the most popular one there, which is the micro reading. It's just a quick, straight to the point, one question reading. If you've never had a reading before and you just want, that answer straight away, it's within a 24-hour period. I do get back to you. So I do hope that all makes sense. But like I've mentioned, all the details can be found on my website, which is irishpsychic.net. Okay, so the next person I was going to read for there was Susan, and it wasn't Susan, it was Marion from Wexford. So I'm just shuffling the cards now, Marion, and when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll lay the cards for your reading. And unfortunately, I can't do the mediumship readings on air, mainly because you have to tune in, and I don't really want to kind of, put silence on the air, because that's the way the Spirit, mediumship works. I do communicate, and they may not even speak for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It's all about tuning in and getting a message from Spirit, and that's where the names come from and how the messages are passed through. But if I was to do it here on air, you would be basically just listening to, 10 minutes of silence, so that's why I don't actually do them. Okay, so what they're indicating here, Marion, you do have the Three of Swords there in the reverse position. You also have the King of Swords in the reverse position, which represents yourself. We have the Ten of Cups in the upright position, and also the Six of Swords in the upright position. I feel that there's an awful lot of strain on you at the moment, Marion. It's like if all the weight is on you in terms of family issues, family matters, and it's like if you're the person that tries to keep everything together, and it's very easy to get caught up in terms of what happens within family life. We sometimes have a tendency to think that, I can deal with that problem and I'll be able to deal with that problem, and the emotions from that can build up within yourself as well, and then you find it yourself. It's, you're not kind of left with any opportunity to express how you're feeling, and that's the kind of the way Spirit is kind of gathering it to me at the moment. Having the Three of Swords here in the reverse position, and also the Two of Coins, I'm not going to say get out, but they're kind of just saying here, it's like if you just need a breakaway to get rid of all this, stress that's around you at the moment. They're kind of indicating here as well, Marion, I'm not too sure with regard to contract of some sort, but you do have the Four of Wands there in the reverse position. Whether you've been thinking of going back to work or whatnot, please do let me know. But with the Four of Wands there in the reverse position, they're kind of saying here that it's going to be a little bit of a delay before that happens, or if it is within the work environment at the moment, it's like if there's kind of a difficulty there that you're having, so maybe that's why the Three of Swords come up. So I do hope that makes sense, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question as well. I'd love to get your feedback on any of the readings that I've done here on tonight's show, so if you were listening to the radio show and you've got one of those readings on my show tonight, please simply log on to irishpsychic.net, click on the radio show, and click on the Facebook feedback tab, and you'll be able to leave your feedback for your reading. And it's great to get the feedback from one of the readings, because it lets other people know what you thought of the reading as well. So please, if you can, and you've had a reading with me, maybe you forgot to leave that feedback, please do so. I'd greatly appreciate that. Okay, the lines are open. If you have not yet called, here's the number once again.
Call the Irish Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57, and international, just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone, and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now.
Cut you
Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57, and international just add +353. Leave your name, question and location after the tone and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now. Are you in need of some love advice, money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.
And you're all very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. The chat room is going mad here tonight. There is loads of people in there chatting, so thank you very much for keeping each other company. I do try and get into the chat room, and if you've never joined the chat room, you have to download the app first. So if you're on a mobile device, it's just simply search for Spreaker. It's Spreaker, or you can log in via the internet as well if you're listening in via the laptop. It's Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com, and you can join the chat room there. They're all chatting away. So unfortunately, I'd love to be chatting away with you, but I can't. During the breaks, I do try and get back, but I am reading the next questions, so that's why don't feel I'm ignoring you all. I'm not. Okay, so the next person I'd like to read for is Jay Farrell, and Jay just wants to know with regards what career am I going to have. I want to know what career I'm going to have. I have something in mind, but it's hard to get to. Not listening. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you are listening, Jay. You're down, you're not listening. Maybe because there's a slow internet connection. Some people do that. If your internet is slow, you can wait till after the show, then simply download it, which is the other way of tuning into the show. You can download the show, or you can let it buffer, as they say. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards now, Jay. When they tell me to stop, I'll stop. Oh, they just told me to stop, so I'm just looking at the cards now. Okay, I don't think you're going to be stuck, Jay, here with regards the work side of things or the career side of things, because you have the Sun card straight up, and the Sun card is the major card, and again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance. Having this particular card here, Jay, you are the person that can do this. So even if you think to yourself, no, I'm not going to be able to get into this career, you definitely will be. Now, again, I'd love to mention with regards to careers, but I don't, mainly because, everything changes within our own career path. We all have different things that we want to do. Maybe we don't get it straight off. But something else can lead on to that, if that makes sense. So that's why I never actually, tell people what career they're going to go into, because then if someone ends up working, in a shop, they may think, well, why did Irish Psychic say that I was going to be in the army? That kind of thing. And I don't do that for the simple fact that we all create our own future, and whatever, is there on the path, you will learn from it. So no matter what career it is, no matter what job it is that you're going to, always see it as a stepping stone to where it is that you want to be, unless you're happy with, where you are at the moment. There's a lot of people that you see are really, really hard workers, and a lot of people take them for granted. I mean, for instance, when you go downtown and you have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, it's just as difficult. I know people think, well, it's not, how could it be? It is, with the amount of people that queue up and wait for different things. That's stress. So it's dealing with the people, it's dealing with the customers. That, to me, is a job. There's no such thing as, your job is worthless or anything like that. Completely the opposite. Every person that's in any particular job, no matter what it is, once you're happy within that job, that's the main thing. So that's what they're indicating here, Jay. Now, you do have the Black Magician here, and that's also a major card. You also have the 8 of Coins in the upright position, and also the Ace of Cups as well. The Ace of Cups, first of all, Jay, with regards to love life, I don't think you need to be, worried at all. I know it sounds kind of strange, but they're actually just giving me here a vision of you on the beach and a lot of wolf whistles from all the ladies. So unfortunately, people can't see what you look like. I can't either. But what they are indicating here is it's like if you're one of those people that, you do get noticed. That's what Spirit is actually saying. They're saying, don't worry, he's going to be noticed. He already has been. So that's the way they're kind of giving it to me at the moment. You also have the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, and you also have the 4 of Swords in the upright position. Never hold yourself back, Jay. Sometimes we we kind of put ourselves down for the simple fact that if we put ourselves down, well, then no one else is going to. And it's kind of a common trait with regards, you know, when we don't want to move forward in life, or we feel that we can't move forward in life, we always think, oh, do you know what, I can't do that, or I'm not going to be good at that. Well, you don't really know that you're not going to be good at it until you try. And that's the way Spirit is actually giving it to me at the moment. They're indicating here, you know, Jay, with regards to the 8 of coins here, there is kind of still further stuff that needs to be done to get to where it is that you want to be. So I know that's what you're probably indicating there, that it's kind of, you know, difficult. Never give up, and that's what the 8 of coins indicates here. It may take a little bit longer than anticipated, but trust me, you will get there at the end. So I do hope that that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show as well. Okay, let's over to my main page, which is irishpsychic.net, and a lot of people are wondering how to get a reading. As I've mentioned, you can call the studio and leave your voice message. When I say voice message, basically it goes, hi, welcome to Irish Psychic, please hold while we try to connect you. Obviously I can't answer because I'm on the air. And then you just leave your name, location, followed by your question as well. It is seriously that simple. The number, if you have not ever dialed the number, I'm actually going to call it out really slow. So if you have your mobile phones ready, here's the number. And it will be first come, first served, basically. So the number to call is 01. This is if you're calling from Ireland. So if you're calling from Ireland, the number to call is 014 43 43 57. So from Ireland, it's 014 43 43 57. If you're outside of Ireland, the number to call is 00 353 14 43 43 57. And like I've mentioned, it depends on how long you want to leave your voice message for the show. It can be 30 seconds, 1 minute. It's up to you. So please do call now. And as I've mentioned, hopefully we will answer one of those voice calls before the end of the show. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for, I'm actually going to go back into the event page. So if you've sent in... Okay, my mouse is after stopped working, which is a bit strange. Oh, it says connection lost. Am I back? I'm still... My mouse doesn't actually work, so I can't actually go onto the page. Isn't that just great? It's one of these wireless... it's one of these wireless mouses. Why does it say connection lost, of all things? Okay, I'm going to turn it off. Bear with me. Bit strange. This has never happened before, but I'm sure you're all going to say, did I not predict this? I didn't, because this is technology and we don't really have a choice with technology. Am I turning off the mouse? I won't actually even be able to take a commercial break, so I have to fix this mouse as soon as possible. Am I back? No, the mouse is still... it's still not working, so I can't actually see any questions. 1 second, I want it connects. Fingers crossed. Everyone... cross your fingers there to make sure that this connects. Is it connecting? This is very, very strange. I wasn't actually expecting this. Is it going to come back? No, not yet. Okay, well, there is a question here on the screen, because that was the last screen that I was looking at. So we'll see. Hopefully the mouse comes back. It's back! I don't believe it. There we go. Yay! Never again with a wireless mouse. Okay, so the next person I'd like to read for... there was a question there. Where is it gone? It's from Tanya O'Donoghue. What's info has people I've lost in the spirit world have for me? Thanks. Again, I don't do the spirit messages, Tanya, but I will just see what they have to say regarding things around you. So if anyone would like a spirit reading, please do just go to my website, which is irishpsychic.net, and purchase the 15 card audio reading, which is €15, and that's £12 from overseas. Okay, what they're indicating here, Tanya, very, very positive cards here, because you have the star card here, you also have the 10 of coins, and you also have the Hierophant card as well. The Hierophant card is one of the major cards. Again, a major card just means that there's a higher significance. Because it's in the reverse position, it's like if you're afraid to make, it's kind of like a big step is what I'm being given, and they're kind of just indicating that by showing me big steps. But they're kind of saying here, please do if you can, because the star card is the wish card. So it's like if, no, this is going to work out. This is something that, maybe it's something that you've longed for and you've been kind of thinking to yourself, should you or shouldn't you? The answer is yes. Go for it, but again, make sure that you have the backing of your partner as well, and make sure that you know yourself, that you can believe in yourself as well, because it's all about self-belief. We can do anything that we want ourselves once we believe in what it is that we're capable of doing. Never say to yourself, oh, I can't do that, like I've mentioned there. And that's kind of the theme as well. Sometimes there's a different theme, and maybe it is with regards to self-belief here, because the Enchantress card came up as well, which again is all about self-belief. So I do hope that that has answered your question, and thank you very much as well for sending in your question to the show. After this, hopefully I will be taking my first voice caller. So if you have not yet called, please do so. And again, calls are kind of random, so depending on who calls, I listen to them, and it's kind of the first person that I'm drawn to with regards to the numbers, and that's the way I actually do the reading there. So do join me after this. If you have not yet called the number, please do so. It's 01443 43 57, and outside of Ireland, it's 00353 1443 43 57. Do join me after this.
I got friends who keep in touch, like some who said too much, gave advice they said it was free, seem to know what's good for me. I may not be like the rest, never settle for second best. Every day, hey, so hard to do until I set my eyes on you. Ever had a vision of how it should be? Fun, love, and happiness, maybe one or all three. Always a dreamer, my hope always high. Been told to keep hope close, always last to die. Seen friends lose their dreams, made sure it didn't happen to me. But you know there's a price to pay, but what I found swept it away. Ever had a vision of how it should be? Fun, love, and happiness, maybe one or all three. Ever had a vision of how it's gonna be? Fun, love, and happiness. Well, it happened. Well, it happened to me. Well, it happened to me. Well, it happened to me. Ever had a vision of how it should be? Well, it happened to fun, love, and happiness, maybe one or all three.
Call the Irish Psychic Radio Show now. Lines are open. The number to call is 01 4 43 43 57. And international, just add +353. Leave your name, question, and location after the tone, and Irish Psychic could be reading for you. Please note, this is not a premium rate number. Call now.
you, and I'm thinking I might try to call you here, and you lie with me, just to touch your lips, just to hear you breathe. Past a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. I just took you for granted. You're all that I ever wanted, and I swear I'll never do that again. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Will you let me be your everything, although I'm just a man? Will you understand that I can't understand you all the time, but my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine. Did you ever think that I let you down, that I leave my house in the lost and found? Did you cry for me when I cried for you? And I'm crying now. Are you crying too? Just a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. I just took you for granted. You're all that I ever wanted, and I swear I'll never do that again. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Will you let me be your everything, although I'm just a man? Will you understand that I can't understand you all the time, but my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine. Just a moment without you's like a lifetime, and I'd do anything to turn the hands of time. So will you stay with me forever? Will you take me by the hand? Will you let me be your everything, although I'm just a man? And I understand that I can't understand you all the time, but my destiny is yours, and your destiny is mine.
And you're very welcome back to the Irish Psychic Show. There was a message just sent in, quite cheeky, I have to admit, from Tanya. And Tanya just said, basically, you know, when the mouse didn't work, she just said, well, that's because you didn't actually feed it. So Tanya, you're probably right, but yeah, never mind. Hopefully the next time it just won't happen. But I can guarantee you, Tanya, if it happens to you, you'll know exactly how I felt, and it could happen. I'm going to predict it now, Tanya, that it's going to happen when you need to click on a certain thing at a certain time to win maybe €10,000, and when it doesn't actually work, you'll be really frustrated. No, I'm only joking. But I did actually replace the battery, so it just goes to show you, maybe it's one of those things. And another lady there in the chat room said it's probably because of all the spirit energy around me. It probably was, you never know. Maybe it's my kind of cue to get off air. Maybe I'm taking up, someone else's space, but you never know. Okay, so it's just coming up to midnight. We're kind of going into overtime, I'm afraid, tonight. Usually I finish at 12, but we may go over a little bit. But there is a voice caller on the line. Hello, who's there, please?
Hey, it's Adam in Waterford. I also left a message on your Facebook page, so you can disregard that. Basically, just what does the future have in store? Thank you. Bye.
No problem at all, Adam. And Adam is in Waterford there. And how simple was that? You just call the number, leave your voice message, and you, like Adam, could be getting a reading on the show. The number is a local number. If you're calling from Ireland, it's 014 43 43 57. And if you're outside of Ireland, it's 00353 1443 43 57. Okay, I'm just shuffling the cards now, Adam. And when they tell me to stop, I'll stop shuffling the cards and I'll lay the cards for your reading. Okay, they actually just told me to stop now, so you're just wondering with regards what does the future hold for you, etc. So I'm just laying out the cards now. Right, very interesting cards come up, and these have kind of repeated themselves quite well. They've come up 3 times at least anyway here on the show tonight. The card that mainly is sticking out here, Adam, is the balance card in the reverse position. Now, it came up in the upright position earlier on, and there is 78 cards in the deck, so it's quite interesting when certain cards repeat themselves. You also have the moving card, but in this case it's nothing to do with moving, I don't think. In this kind of circumstances, what they're indicating here, it's more to do with the relationship side of things, because you have the 9 of cups in the reverse position, and you also have the 5 of scepters in the reverse position. It's like if things have been quite difficult for you, and sometimes when things happen, it's one of those things where it's like a domino effect. Once one thing happens, then the next thing happens, and then the next thing happens. And then, you know, we kind of think, well, when are we ever going to get out of this kind of, you know, patch of, you know, darkness, so to speak? I'm not going to say darkness as such, but that's the way they're kind of giving it to me at the moment here, Adam. With the death card here, the death card also come up, and because it's in the reverse position, they're kind of saying here, it's like if you're not, I'm not going to say reflecting, but it's like if you're not, it's like if you're, I'm not going to say expecting too much, but it's like if I just see you giving up too soon is the best way of putting it. It's like if you've been expecting something and when it's not happening, you're just thinking, you know what, that's enough, and you're kind of out. That's the way they're kind of putting it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle the cards again just to see what they're saying here, because it's quite an interesting kind of vision, or the way they're kind of giving it to me at the moment. So I'm just laying out the next few cards. Right, it's definitely kind of to do with kind of family life here, Adam. But it's like if there's kind of been a stress of either the job front or something has been quite difficult there, and that's kind of affecting the relationship side of things. Again, the 2 of cups come up, and that's in the reverse position, followed by the Queen of coins, and you also have the Ace of cups in the upright position. Now, the Ace of cups is kind of the overall card that I want to focus on. The Ace of cups is always about things, you know, being positive and things, you know, getting better. And that's the key message that Spirit is kind of wanting to pass on to you. It may take 9 weeks, it may take 9 months, but whatever it is, you need to stay focused, and you need to stay, you know, within your own self, you need to stay kind of healthy as well. It's like if you've been not letting yourself go, but it's like if you've been letting, you know, the build-up of things get the better of you, and that may be having a negative effect on yourself, and kind of a negative effect on kind of the relationship side of things as well. So just be careful of that for me, please. And that's why the 5 of scepters come up, and the 5 of scepters in the reverse position indicates kind of the looks, you know, the look kind of side of things. And on that particular card there is the horseshoe. So again, I'd love to go into more further in-depth information, but I can't because I'm limited for time, Adam. But if you'd like to send me a private message via Facebook, I'd appreciate that. And all you need to do is simply click on the message option there on my fan page. You'll see it there just beside the like button. You can send me a private message, and hopefully that does make sense to you as well. So if you can, please do get in touch with me either now or just after the show. You're more than welcome to get in touch with me there. So thank you very much as well for sending in your question via the voice message as well. And if, like Adam, you'd like one of those voice messages answered, as I've mentioned, the lines are open and you can leave your voice message for the show. Okay, the next person I'd like to read for is Kathy. And Kathy is in Wicklow, so hello there, Kathy. And you're just wondering with regards, kind of more or less a general reading, but I'd love to do a general reading, but a general reading would take a little bit too long, because that usually is around 15 to 20 minutes, and we're kind of tied for space here. So what I am going to do is I'm just going to shuffle the cards, Kathy, just to see what comes up, and just to see what Spirit has to say. So I've just been told to stop, and I'm just laying out the cards now, Kathy. Right, very interesting cards come up here. We have the 6 of Cups in the reverse position. We have the 4 of Cups in the upright position. We have the Lovers card in the upright position. We have the Moon card in the upright position. And we also have the Chariot card. Now, it's quite interesting, the cards that are after coming up here. The 4 of Cups is the pregnancy card. And when this particular card comes up, it's quite an important card overall in terms of everything that's kind of going on around you at the moment. Now, what they're kind of indicating here with regards to the 6 of Cups, the 6 of Cups is kind of the emotion side of things. And again, because that's in the reverse position, they're kind of saying here, don't kind of think that everything is not going to work out for you. again, it's kind of a theme on the show tonight. We all kind of fear things in life, and when we fear certain things, sometimes they can become reality, and then we kind of think to ourselves, oh, I told him so, that kind of thing. It's like if you're predicting something that hasn't yet happened, but you're predicting the more negative side of things, and that's where you need to be very, very careful of, because by thinking like that, that's what becomes your reality, more or less. And that's the way I envision, life as well. I mean, when I started this show, I focused on all the positives, on what I wanted to bring up, within the show itself. And now it's the top 10 worldwide. And that's thanks to the listeners. It's thanks to all the support that I've got. And, if I was to think straight away, oh, if I do this show, it's going to be a failure. I mean, I didn't think like that. The way I started the show was I thought that if, maybe one person listened and I helped them, then it will grow. And, through the kind of, the networking side of things, it just, built upon and made it to what it is today. And that's the kind of message as well. Now, the main card is coming up, and it's quite interesting because this is the first time it's after appearing tonight on the show, is the Horseman of Cups in the upright position, and you also have the Lover's card in the upright position. And it's quite interesting that both these cards come up, especially with the Six of Cups, because that's kind of the emotion side of things with regards to relationship. You have the Horseman of Cups, which just, you have nothing to worry about with regards to relationship. I mean, a lot of the time, every relationship is different, and sometimes we do fear the kind of things that aren't even going to happen, but we fear them. And I know that may sound strange, but when we meet someone that we love, we can actually think to ourselves, oh, what would life be without them? And then we kind of focus on that, and then we think, oh, you kind of go down that kind of whole side of, the book that doesn't even exist, so to speak. And that's the way the Spirit is actually putting it. Now, with the Lover's card here in the upright position, and the Chariot card and the World card also come up, and the Moon card, they're kind of saying here with the Moon card, don't... I'm not going to say that you're different, but don't think like if you are different, if that makes sense. It's like if you're putting yourself into a box where, again, that box doesn't even exist. I hope this makes sense, but this is the way they're kind of just giving it to me at the moment. They're just kind of saying there's a box there that you're putting yourself into and it doesn't actually exist. And that's kind of something that maybe you're dreaming about, or there's something around that kind of side of things. And again, I don't want to go into too much detail, but that's the way they're actually giving it to me on air at the moment. With the Lover's card here and the Horseman of Cups, like I've mentioned here, you have nothing to worry about with regards to relationship. Again, the Lover's card is always about a decision, it's always about a choice. And because it's in the upright position, it's like if you know what to do, you know that everything is going to be okay, but it's just maybe you just wanted that reassurance from, the reading that you're getting here on air. So I do hope that makes sense. Because the World card is in the reverse position, and you also have the Chariot card in the reverse position, always face a challenge head on. And they're kind of saying here, maybe things have been quite easy at the moment and you haven't kind of faced that major challenge, but because it's in the reverse position here, and again with the World card here, never fear a challenge is the way Spirit is actually giving it to me at the moment. Always focus on, how to kind of deal with certain situations. If one thing doesn't work out, how are you going to deal with the next thing to make it work out? And I do hope that makes sense. And again, I am after running into kind of overtime here, but again, I hope that makes sense for you as well. So once again, can I just say thank you very much, Kathy? And again, I kind of went into a little bit of, too much detail there on air, but I do hope that, you've heard it, and hopefully it has made sense to you as well. And I do apologise for the other people, because I was hoping to get in one last reading, but unfortunately I can't, because we're actually over time. We're 5 minutes over time. Not that it matters, but I kind of do have to go asleep as well. But I do have a private reading to do. I have 3 private readings to do, and they've all been promised before 2 a.m. tonight. And that's the time that I work until every single night. So again, if you've never had a reading with me and you'd like a private reading, you're more than welcome to get one. All you need to do is simply log on to irishpsychic.net and then simply click on the Purchase Reading tab. It is that simple, and there's kind of no excuse with regards, if you don't get a reading here on air, it's not because I don't want to read for you, it's mainly because Spirit didn't pick you on the night, and you may get a reading on next week's show. But if you would like a private reading now, and maybe have a question that needs answered straight away, please do just go to the Purchase Reading tab via irishpsychic.net, and there you'll be able to click there to purchase the reading. Again, just letting everyone know, the next show is on Monday at 11 p.m, the exact same time, and it's going to be until 12 a.m. as well, as always. And then the next show then is Wednesday 11 p.m. and Friday as well, like you're listening tonight, 11 p.m. as well. And there is a very, very, very special guest coming on a next week's show. So I'm not going to tell you which day it is. It's either Monday, Wednesday or Friday, and he or she will be joining me here in studio, giving out more amazing readings here on the Irish Psychic Show. And if you're listening to this show at the moment, maybe you're a tarot reader, angel card reader, anything like that, maybe you're a healer, etc., please do get in touch with me. It's always good to have a guest on the show, and all you need to do is simply go to irishpsychic.net, and at the very end of the page you'll see there contact me, and just send me an email there. That's it for another edition of the Irish Psychic Show. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic weekend, and do join me on Monday at 11 p.m. Take care. From myself, Garrod, Irish Psychic.
Just when I thought everything was going so right, so why pick this time to pick a fight? I sit there and listen to what you have to say. Tell me you're leaving and you're going away, away. And now you're going away. You're not here to stay. You're going away. Said you love me and that you're supposed to care. So why do you leave now, knowing how I'll feel? You said you love me, you said that you care. What am I to do now? You're not here, not here. And you're going away. You're not here to stay. You're going away.
Are you in need of some love advice? money advice, or career advice? If so, simply purchase your reading via irishpsychic.net. Readings are delivered within 24 hours and can give you all the details you require. Tarot, pendulum, crystal ball. The answers all lie within. Readings start from as little as €3, £2, $4. Log on today and see what's in store for you. irishpsychic.net for all your psychic needs.